Hey everyone, I am back to do my update for One Book July. So for me, this is week 2 update, and it's been a funny old week really for me. I have been continuing in my homemade traveller's notebooks that you can see here, and this week I have changed my focus to the second part of the challenge because, as I said, inadvertently, I'm sort of doing all 3 of the challenges. I'm in one book, I am doing a big project, and I'm doing go big or go home because I am in this rather large traveller's notebook that you can see here. So I will talk about the project side first of all before I talk about the struggles that I've faced this week. And the project that I am tackling is to start auditing my supplies. So I've just got a notebook here that I'm just going to take out only because this thing is like a beast. It's jam-packed. So I'll just take this out and show you what I've done in here. So the project that I wanted to tackle was to start auditing my supplies of craft things. So I started to audit my supplies, and the first thing that I looked at were my Tombos. So I did a colour tracker for my Tombos, and I literally just coloured in squares for each of the colours that I've got. So I did that, and I'm not too far off completing the set now. I think I've got something like 8 colours to get, and then my collection of Tombos will be complete. I then just did a Muji pen audit of the different kinds of gel pens that I've got, and the different felt tip pens I've got. I did the Faber-Castell pens, Sharpies, the friction highlighters. I did have more of these, but they've all gone missing. The Papermate flares that I've got, so the Candy range, the ones there, some metallic markers, the Uniball Signos that I've got here, my Docraft brush markers. Then I just made a list of the paper pads that I've got, the names of them. I did have an absolute stack of these, but I wasn't using them, so I racked some of them to my, I don't know what you'd call her. She is my husband's cousin's wife. So yeah, that's the relation to me, and she's just got into scrapbooking and card making, so I racked her an absolute stack of papers just so that she could start making things really. So that's why I don't have a lot of paper pads, and it turns out actually I don't really use them that much. And then washi, so this is quite a fun one. I have audited my washi and catalogued them, so I've just made pages and pages full of washi, and it's actually been quite useful because sometimes, you know, when you're browsing Etsy and you're not always at your desk or in a convenient place, now I can just quickly check what I've got to make sure that I don't duplicate my washi. So this is just the washi that I've got, not as much as lots of people, but yeah, basically. So that's my Planner Society page. These are like my golds page, pinks, a mixture there, my sparkly galaxy types. They're all a bit of a mix match. They're quite fun ones. So that's the washi that I've got. As I say, I know that my washi collection compared to other people's is quite minute, but there we go. Then I did a list of sticker kits that I have printed from different Etsy shops. I love printable stickers, so I have got a couple. I like Design Sticker Store, I like BEA Useful Planning, I like Paper and Gumption. So I've just made a list of the sticker kits that I've bought already from those shops, and they're there. I just made an insert that fits into this Cahiers notebook, and I've just made like a swatch, I guess, of the paints that I've got. I know some of it smudged. I've got some smudges, but I'm really not that bothered. It's just to show me the colours that I've got. So these ones here are the Artist Loft normal ones that I've got, and those two are the normal ones. These ones here and those ones there are the Artist Loft pearlescent paints. So These ones here, the first 1, 2, 3, 4 rows are Reeves acrylic paints, and then that row there and those rows there are Artist Loft gouache paints. So you can just see that. I mean, I didn't do the best job in the world of painting them, and I didn't really leave them to dry long enough before I started faffing around. But again, all it really is for me to just have a record of the paints I've got. And then these ones here, this is a copper acrylic paint, and that one is a copper art ink. So they're really fun. And then this one, and this row here are from a really beautiful watercolour set that I got on Amazon, and I will link it below. And the colours are just so beautiful and shiny and gorgeous. I originally found out about these when I did a calligraphy course with Jenny from Stitch and Weave, and the lady had these paints and they were just so beautiful to work with, so I got some of those from Amazon. So that's just a little swatch that I can keep in there just as a record of my paints, and it kind of needed to be on this heavyweight paper because if I'd have just done it on this normal moleskin paper, it would have been no good. So I've got that there, and then at the back I have done a list of where things are, and the reason for that is because I am notorious for putting things in a safe place and then I can never find them. So I've done a list of where my things are. So in the kitchen cupboard that we've got spare, there's one end kitchen cupboard, and in there I've got things like my sewing bag, stapler, planner bags, paper books, my leather tools, painting supplies, sewing machine threads. In the pantry I've got my sewing machine, what I've got in my different drawers there, in the boxes that I've got, what I've got stored in there, on my desk, what I've got underneath my desk, in my drawer units. I think that is everything, yeah. So that is what I've got, and this was the big project. This was my get my stuff organised, because I feel like I have so many things and it was really overwhelming me. So I thought if I could make a list and audit, and then I will know what I've got, and then I don't need to keep buying things that I've already got. So that was the project, and actually I've pretty much finished, so I'm really pleased with that and how that's turned out. So if we come back to the planner, and I'll talk a bit about how the week has gone. So in terms of what's inside, I don't think anything has changed. I've still got my monthly calendar, I've still got my week, I've still got my daily to-do list, which I haven't actually been keeping up with. I've still got my daily to-do list, my blog planner, it's the same, no change there, my lists, and then at the back this little plasticky wallet there. So in terms of how the week has gone, everything has been fine. I haven't had any trouble just using one book. That hasn't been the issue. The issue really has been about the size and how big and chunky and fat this thing is, and how unwieldy. It's quite difficult to hold it comfortably in one hand. I don't know, the size is bothering me. It feels like Kaye size is too big for my needs. I don't think I need something this big for my planning. So where does that leave me? Am I going back into my A6? And the answer is, there's my Sugar Mochi A6, and the answer is I really don't know. There is a part of me that thinks that neither of these sizes are right for me. I've got this niggle in me that is saying I should try B6. I have mocked up what that would look like, so I'll show you. So a B6, if I tuck it in there, that's the extra real estate that you're getting in terms of size. The extra real estate that you're getting from a width perspective you're looking at 2 centimetres roughly, and from a height perspective you are looking at roughly 2.5 centimetres. So, you know, it's not masses and masses. On an open spread of an A6, you're going from sort of that size to that size. So you're getting, you know, an extra 5 centimetres of width, and obviously the same up at the top there. And for me, if I take that out, for me, I am just wondering whether that is the missing link, because I think A6 is great, it's very portable. As an everyday carry, you can't really go wrong with that. But is A6 just too small for a home type planner? I don't know. I thought the best thing to do was to just draw up the size of B6 so that actually I could see. I think the next step is to probably print out some inserts in B6 size, and I think that that would probably give me a better indication. So I don't know, but what I think I am realising is that this is just way too big. I haven't enjoyed carting this around the place, sitting down with such a big book in order to do my planning, which has surprised me really. So we'll see. Obviously I'll persevere until the end of One Book July so that I can do a thorough test. I think 2 weeks is probably not long enough to draw any real conclusions. So I will leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If any of you are in a B6, let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on B6. Do any of you solely plan in an A6? Let me know how you're getting on with One Book July if you're partaking, and I will see you next week for my next update. Bye for now.